everybody, to the new beginning. Saporro. Hello, everybody. Now, I'm just a simple man, and my name is Noah Foster. Welcome to another Simplin Predictin wrestling video, Team NJPW special. In this video, we're going to discuss not only Saturday night, but Sunday night, as we have a two-day special, a weekend, folks, again, of wrestling. Two incredible nights of wrestling in Sapporo as we head towards the big show of them all, Osaka, the following week. But again, it's Sapporo this coming weekend, so we're just going to discuss that. So before we get into all that, of course, let me introduce you. And you know what? Wrestle Kingdom, it's like I introduce everybody, and then I ask how they are. Yeah, new beginning. Screw it. I'm going to let you guys share yourselves, introduce yourselves, and share your hype. I feel that's only fair. So with that being said, Mark, how are you, and how excited are you this weekend?
And let me tell you, I am so excited because I was into New Japan a little bit this past year, but I was hooked after Wrestle Kingdom, and just like ever since then, that's all I've been doing is watching New Japan. So much so that I even watched the Fantastica Mania where CMLL, they did a tour with New Japan collectively. I even watched every night of the tour of that. So like, I'm really excited to discuss some of these matches, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and of course, they also had the NWA, I think, middleweight championship put on the line in the very end of the tour, where I believe Christico kept it. He's kept that title for a very long time. NWA, I'm just saying. All right, and of course, with that being said, I think he deserves no introduction. He's a family man. He is my co-host in Two Up Life Matters, and we are known as a duo. I like to call ourselves Simple Holiday. It's, of course, my good friend here, who's also sporting a new do, and he'll tell you why. The Holiday, Christopher Mace. Chris, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. It's been a long day, but yeah, I had to cut the hair off, folks. Like I said, I donate my hair for kids with cancer. Like I said, it helps make wigs, so I normally grow my hair out real long as I need to. Then they'll take it all off, and I'll be bald for a little bit. But hey, it's for a good cause, folks. It helps kids who don't have much. So like I said, I mean, it happens. It's life. Like I said, I'd rather give back to people who can't be able to do anything. So that's all that matters to me. But as for wrestling, folks, this is going to be interesting. We got 2 nights of this new beginning here, 2020, a new year for Team NDQ with New Japan. Like I said, I came a long way since the G1 series, so definitely, and I'm more excited about the G1 series coming up during the summer, folks. But like I said, I fell in love with New Japan. Evil's my favorite wrestler, and that's as simple as that, as Noah would say.
Yes, and we're coming off Wrestle Kingdom as this is the second event in our New Japan Pro Wrestling wing of our Team NDQ League. As you know, ladies and gentlemen who've been watching, we are 3 members of Team NDQ, a foundation of passionate wrestling fans, each with our own leading passion. I am the leader of the New Japan Pro Wrestling wing, and ironically, I am the current IWGP Team NDQ champion, winning Wrestle Kingdom, beating Mark out by 1 tiebreaker. Incredible performance, sir. And of course, you know Chris Mace is the leader of the NWA wing. And at this point, Mark, with your interview with them boys, the Briscoes, I think it's safe to say you're the leader of the Ring of Honor wing. With that being said, the other people who aren't able to make it tonight, good brother Christopher Woods, Chris Cass, Cindy G, and the Archangel James Hubert, they will also be participating as well and sharing their predictions later. You'll see a graph. I might even do a simple extra. But ironically, before this, our indie queen herself and vlog queen, let's face it, Cindy G, she actually gave me all her predictions prior to recording. So, hey, at least someone's on point. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, first night, Saturday night, it's going to be highlighted, of course, by the Never Openweight Championship main eventing, as well as a grudge match that I feel like these two are destined to fight forever, and honestly, I hope they do, as we prepare for the British Heavyweight Championship, Okada versus Taiji, and, of course, Jon Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. For the U.S. Championship, and so much more. With that being said, let's go into the first night. We're going to knock out some of these matches pretty quick, because I feel like a lot of these are kind of obvious. First match, Yuji Uemura and Tiger Mask versus Bullet Club, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, El Phantasmo and Taiji Shimori. Simple story here. ELP, Taiji, they're trying to bounce back. They lost the titles at Wrestle Kingdom. Route 2, Roppongi 3K through KFBK. You're welcome, Cindy. And, of course, Yuji Uemura is under Tiger Mask's wing. So, with that being said, this is a rematch, of course, between former competitors, of course, in the Super Junior Tag League. So, what do I see happening here? I'm just keeping it simple. I sense Bullet Club's winning this. Cindy does as well. Mark, what do you think?
I'm definitely going for the Bullet Club, baby.
Too sweet on that. Are we unanimous here, Chris?
Yes, Bullet Club.
All right. See, I told you it was going to be pretty simple for some of these. Next match, we have a 3-on-3 six-man tag. And this one is interesting for one particular reason. During this tour, we are seeing the last matches for another wrestler. You all know who retired back at Wrestle Kingdom. Thank you, Liger. Well, now another New Japan wrestler is finally putting up the boots. Manabu Nakanishi. Manabu Nakanishi is basically doing his retirement road in these special tag matches. And for those of you who don't know, he's won G1 in the past. He has carried plenty of success in Hokkaido, and he also has beaten former Olympians as well. So this man has done a lot. I still need to dig further in the archives and learn more about him. The archives are so deep. I just want to use time to learn more about New Japan Pro Wrestling, but working college don't allow that. I digress. Anyway, Toru Nai, Tomaki Homa, and Toga Makabe versus Yoshihashi, apologies if I butchered any names, folks, Manabu Nakanishi, and Hiroshi Tenzin. We all know Tenzin from the tag league. Toru Nai, he's trying to break out beyond young lion status, as it seems like he's been that forever. And then, of course, we had Toga Makabe, who was formerly one-third of the six-man Never Openweight champions. With that being said, I am actually going to go with, because I see big things for him this year, I'm actually going with Team Hanare. So let's just keep it simple, because I know you don't want to say names, Chris. Are you Team Hanare, or are you Team Nakanishi?
I'm going what you said, because I'm not trying to butcher that.
So Team Hanare. Mark, what are you?
This makes it unanimous. Give me Team Hanare.
All right. Like I said, so these matches are super simple. This one might not be, because you know how tag matches tell the stories in New Japan Pro Wrestling. In my opinion, I feel like there's usually a fall guy. And I got chewed out on Twitter calling Chase Owens that one time. Anyway, yeah, sorry. Not sorry. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Roppongi 3K, Show and Yo, tag partners with the coach, well, one half of the super coaches, mega coaches, excuse me, Mitsushi Taguchi, and the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, Will Ospreay. It's Chaos versus Suzuki-gun as they face Dukai, El Desperado, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, the heel master, and of course the British Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. You know the story going on here. We got Will Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. coming up for the British Heavyweight Championship, and then you have Suzuki-gun picking up the win over the Chaos Tag Team Champions back at New Year's Dash. So that being said, what team do I see going on here, building momentum per se, and what's it going to leave momentum to? Is it the British Heavyweight titles going to be more momentum, or the Tag Team Championships? Chris, what do you think? Are you Team Chaos with Will Ospreay, or Team Suzuki-gun with Zack Sabre Jr.?
I'm going with Zack Sabre Jr. because I think the story here is Zack Sabre Jr. is going to do everything possible to soften up Will Ospreay, even possibly even try to tap him out during the match, at least so they can get the win in the match, and that way he has more momentum going up into their match on day two. So for that reason, I'm going with team with Zack Sabre Jr. on it.
And with that being said, you see the shirt in my chair. You want to talk about bias? My favorite faction is Suzuki-gun. Katsuninare! And of course, I know Zack Sabre Jr. beat Will Ospreay back during the freaking G1 last year.
Yep.
And honestly, I just don't see this title leaving this man. Maybe I'm spoiling already something. But with that being said, I'm also Team Suzuki-gun, and Cindy agrees with me. Mark, are we unanimous here?
Well, see, this is the thing. If we were going pound for pound into the fire pit and I had to take one team with me, pound for pound, I would take Will Ospreay's team. But just the story that they're telling, and obviously Will Ospreay facing Zack Sabre Jr. Tomorrow night, I think that's what it is correctly. I think there's going to be a story that's going to be told, but I think Zack could get over tonight, and it's kind of spoiling my prediction for tomorrow night. But long story short, Team Suzuki-gun.
All righty. Now we get into, basically, you know what Joseph Liger led. He led Junior Heavyweight Wrestling. Well, now we have the future of it, as we have a 2-on-2 tag match. It is Robbie Eagles and the newly named from Dragon Lee, Ryu Lee, versus Los Ganables de Japón and the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, the Ticking Time Bomb, Hiromu Takahashi, and his partner, good brother Chris's favorite person, Bushi. So, of course, the story here, the story here is, yeah, my camera was on my laptop. Hiromu Takahashi personally said he wants to challenge Ryu Lee for this title. But Robbie Eagles holds a victory over Hiromu Takahashi during the Road to Tokyo Dome tour. And then you got Bushi. Sorry. With that being said, I am actually kind of torn with this one because, again, Robbie Eagles, he does hold a victory over Hiromu Takahashi. But Ryu Lee and Hiromu Takahashi, they are destined to face each other for the championship, as we'll get into. So who do I see building momentum, or do I see a shock upset? I don't see no shock upset, because who else is in the match? Bushi's going to get the fall, in my opinion, and that's why I believe that Ryu Lee is going to win here. With that being said, Mark, what do you think?
I actually switched my pick right before I actually made the call. We hadn't started discussing it yet, but I had circled Hiromu Takahashi and Bushi. But I love Ryu Lee and I love Robbie Eagles. But I switched it last second. I'm gonna go Robbie Eagles and Ryu Lee.
All righty. And Cindy also went with Robbie Eagles and Ryu Lee. So, Chris, because I know you love sometimes being the odd one out, but it's also giving you great fortunes. Are you here?
I agree. I think Robbie Eagles and Ryu Lee going to get this. I'm actually in agreement with this.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. We are so far a clean slate. Okay. Oh, geez. Well, I think it's about time we see where we really stand. Are you Bullet Club or LIJ? Because you know what this match is about. It is the current IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. They're just literally calling it title. The Stardust Genius and leader Los Ganabas de Japón, Tetsuya Naito, and partner, who's probably the most hated man in all New Japan Pro Wrestling now. And it used to be Jay White, ironically. It's now Kenta and his partner, the Switchblade Jay White. A tale of two matches here. We have, of course, the double gold match at the end of this tour in Osaka, but we also have special singles match between Jay White and Sonata. At New Year's Dash, we know that LIJ picked up the win, but who was standing tall in the end? Basically, with no cracks, it seems. Jay White and Sonata. Jay White and Kenta. I'm Matthew from Botchamania. So with that being said, who do I see building momentum into basically both their matches here? Well, LIJ picked up the win during New Year's Dash, but they were laid out. And right now, Kenta's got the most momentum going after him. And I think he lost the Never Weight title at Wrestle Kingdom. So with that being said, I am actually going to go with, and I probably just screwed myself here, I'm going with Bullet Club. With that being said, Cindy, well, I knew we were going to be different somewhere. She went with LIJ. Chris, what do you think?
I think Jay White and Kenta are going to get this because, like I said, Kenta's the hot hand. He's got the momentum after what happened after the events when Naito won both championships. Kenta's got the hot hand right now, and you also have Jay White that easily can sneak right in there, be right behind Kenta as the next challenger after they have that match with Naito and Kenta. Jay White's on fire as well. He's trying to build back momentum too, like I said. So when you got a hot hand and somebody that's right behind that hot hand who's going to catch fire and he has to get that momentum back, you got to go with the hot hand and have a future opponent set up with them. So that being said, Jay White and Kenta need this win and going to get this win.
All right, so let's see if we go 50-50 or are we a more favorite Bullet Club. Mark, what do you think?
I think it's time for Naito to come down off his high horse. He had his moment. Well, actually, he came down his high horse rather quickly because when Kenta did become the most hated New Japan Pro Wrestling, he did bring Naito down rather quickly from his cloud nine. But I don't think when it's all said and done, when Kenta has that one-on-one match with Naito, there's no way, in my opinion, that Kenta is taking both belts. With that being said, the whole ride there, it's going to be Kenta, Kenta, Kenta all the way. With that being said, tag team match, Kenta Jay White versus Naito Sonata, definitely going with the Bullet Club here.
Wow, all right. So Cindy might actually be the other one out here, and she actually might be the one to take the lead here. We'll see. All right. Oh,
right.
Fine. Now, I know, like I said, I don't mind tag team wrestling when done right. That's one of the strengths of New Japan Pro Wrestling, how they tell stories. But, holy fucking shit. What can you say about this match? Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, And I never thought I would say this. His tag team partner, Jon Moxley, versus Suzuki-gun's Taiji, all hail the Holy Emperor, and, Minoru Suzuki. Okay, what can be said here? It's literally, again, a tale of two matches, but let's be honest. There's one match we're looking forward to here and trying to figure out what the hell's going to happen. And that is freaking IWGP United States Champion Jon Moxley, the Death Rider, facing the freaking King, Suzuki-gun. So, first off, is this match even going to go to a definitive finish, or is it going to be thrown out? Because you know damn well that the violence that's going to ensue here between Moxley and Suzuki-gun is not going to be contained in the ring area. But Taiji, who literally got the better of Okada using the Iron Glove during New Year's Dash, could we see repeat of that? Is Okada going to get his revenge? Is this the year Okada finally starts, taking a back seat per se and losing? This is a tag match, though. Someone's got to win. Someone's going to eat a fall. And ironically, people, that's going to be the tiebreaker for the New Beginning tour here. Who eats the fall and who gets the win for this match? So you got a ton to think about. With that being said, I'm actually going to start with Cindy. And she said the following. Suzuki-gun's going to win, and Moxley's going to pin Taiji. And honestly, that might be the most realistic outcome here. So, Mark, what is your thoughts on this match? Who's winning and who's losing?
If you would have told me 14 months ago that there was going to be a New Japan Pro Wrestling event where Moxley teamed with Okada, I would have told you were insane. But with that being said, with those two being arguably a dream team, there's no way that they're going down here. And I think Cindy hit the nail right on the head. I think Moxley is going to pin Tachi. And even if it's a quick little roll-up just to protect him, hey, that's what it is. But that's what's going to happen.
Fair enough. I mean, honestly, I just see, there's part of me that believes that Moxley is going to death ride Okada before this night or tour is over. With that being said, Chris, your thoughts?
Moxley and Okada are going to win this match. It's just the theory is who's going to pin who. I see Moxley and Suzuki brawling so much that they're going to brawl out and leave the matchup, leaving it to be Okada and Taiji. And I had to say Okada will pin Taiji in this match with the Rainmaker, because I see with such a feud going on with Moxley and Suzuki that they're going to brawl everywhere and they're going to end up leaving the match because they're trying to beat the crap out of each other, leaving it to Okada and Taiji. And it's only going to leave one way. Okada's going to hit the Rainmaker on Taiji, and he's going to pick up the win. So I'm going to go with Okada and Moxley. Okada pins Taiji. Because the hatred of Moxley and Suzuki going, they're going to leave the match somehow. I don't think they're going to come back to the match after halfway through it. They're going to beat the shit out of each other leaving all the way through there.
I'm just wondering who's going to endure the most pain and who's going to love it more between those two. But with that being said, I got to think about this. We know that Moxley and Minoru Suzuki are going to be involved, not only in this tag match, but another tag match the following night, and then they face each other one-on-one. That's going to be the big finale, or at least start to this war, because I don't see this thing anytime soon. With that being said, with this match, Okada, he's literally coming off the biggest loss of his career. Not to mention he got wiped out in New Year's Dash. He's got to get some momentum somewhere. I agree with y'all. I believe, honestly, Okada's going to pick up the win here for his team, and Okada is going to pin Taiji. But you all know how much I believe Taiji can definitely be a champion, and he's one of my favorite performers in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But, yeah, we're all unanimous here. It's Team Chaos. So, at this point, yeah, this match was a no-brainer, it seemed, for all of us. But we'll see. Now, I'm definitely going to let Chris start with this, because, again, it features... Yeah, get ready for this, Chris, because here we go again. It is Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull, versus the King of Darkness, Evil. And before you say anything, their overall singles record is 3-0 in Ishii's favor. With that being said, I'm saving you last because I want to hear your thoughts on this. Mark, who do you got?
I feel like everybody, I feel like I may be the only one picking this. And as soon as I circled this before we recorded, I knew Chris was going to go against me. But I'm sorry, it's going to go to 4-0. Ishii he's going to go over here. And I don't think there's no way Evil's going to pull it out. And I know everybody's probably going to have the opposite opinion, but it's just my gut feeling, and that's what I'm going with.
Fair enough. I mean, again, these two beat the daylights out of each other back in Dontaku last year that me and Chris talked about during my year ran in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It was a knockout, drag-out brawl. And then these two, they were beating down each other again during the freaking New Year's Dash tag match. Anytime these two are in the ring, you know you're in for brutality, and truly Hussein has the biggest pride and the toughest jaw. Simple as that. With that being said, Cindy agrees with you, Mark. She's going with Ishii. And you guys know who I'm going with. Chaos. I'm going with Ishii. So, Chris, are you the odd one out?
Well, you know I'm going to be the odd one out, so I'm going to go with Evil because here's the logic here, though. I have actually a logical reason here this time.
All right.
He's lost 3 straight matches against him. How many times can you have it where he's Evil cannot beat this guy? You got to think storytelling. He's never been able to beat this man in a singles match one-on-one. It's about time for him to finally get this win storytelling-wise. Evil has had a lot of big wins. I've gone through some of this stuff in his career. He's had a lot of big wins, had a lot of big losses. There's been a few people that he's never been able to beat in a singles match. Ishii's one of them. I think this is going to be Evil's year to do something big and impressive because that's how much I respect and love Evil. Therefore, I think he's going to get a win over here finally against Ishii. I think this is where we're going to start to build more momentum towards Evil.
Well, I mean, Evil's got a lot in his arsenal, so again, he's very believable. He's got Darkness Falls, everything is evil, and of course, the Scorpion Deathlock, a move made famous by Riki Choshu. Again, a lot of these moves were made famous by New Japan Pro Wrestling first, people. Look it up. So
Yeah.
I admire how much you stick by Evil, because again, you really wonder who's going to be the big breakout star this year. Because last year, there were several, and we're going to talk about one of them right now because this is the main event of Night 1. And the reason I'm wearing this shirt. Never Openweight Championship match. It is, of course, Hiroki Goto versus Rampage Dragon and the man with the best pinfall record, I might add, of last year and 1/3 of the Never Openweight Six-Man Tag Team Champions, along with Evil and Bushi. Shingo Takagi. What can be said here? These two, this is a rubber match, folks. They're 1-1. We know back at the G1 who won that match, Shingo Takagi. So what happened during the Destruction Tour? Goto got his win back in a specials match. That went longer than that. You know this is going to go up to 60 minutes, but I don't think it's going to go, of course, up to 60 minutes in its entirety, but it's probably going to be the longest match to date. And Shingo Takagi, he's out to prove why he can fight with the best of them, thus the heavyweights, because he was formerly a junior heavyweight, but he swept the table of everybody, except for one person. And in my knowledge, he has not beaten that one person yet, but we'll talk more about that later. With that being said, do I see a title change? Because, let's face it, he has not had singles gold yet, and it seems like pretty much Neverweight title is synonymous with Hiroki Goto. But he got his revenge. He got a big Wrestle Kingdom moment, again, against Kenta in the name of his friend, Shibata. With that being said, does Goto really need this title? Because honestly, I don't know really what Goto would do if he lost it. And is it time for Shingo to finally ascend and get some championship gold of his own? Dual champ. And plus, we know those 6-man Neverweight tag team titles will be barely defended. Good grief. With that being said, I am going to say this is going to be one of our first shocks during the new beginning. And I think Shingo Takagi is going to become the new Never Openweight champion. And Cindy agrees with me. All right. Chris, you're boss in this match. Who do you got?
I think we're going to have a new champion. I think Goto is synonymous with this Never Openweight Championship. But how many times, it's like I said, how many times can you hold the same championship where it doesn't seem like it means as much? He's what, a 9-time Never Openweight champion, if I'm correct?
5-time champion.
Or 5-time? Okay, so he's held it 5 times. He's held it enough where we know he's synonymous to this title. It's time to build up new stars, give them an opportunity to run with it. Never Openweight Championship is the best belt for a new star. Getting out of the junior heavyweight division, have it hold for a little bit, see what they can do with it. For that point exactly, there's going to be a new champion.
The thing is, the Never Openweight title became this. It wasn't originally supposed to be this. It was supposed to be like, a different art style of wrestling. Now it's the strong style belt because who's in this championship picture anymore? Super hard-hitting son of bitches. And it's about pretty much knocking out your opponent. I still reflect back to freaking Tomohiro Ishii versus Katsuyori Shibata and the match that ended Katsuyori Shibata's career virtually against Hiroki Goto at a different Wrestle Kingdom. Hell, Minoru Suzuki has even held this freaking title. This is honestly probably my favorite title in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But with that being said, Mark, your thoughts on this match and who's your pick?
I like Shingo. I do. And I keep on wondering what's it going to take for him to elevate his tier as far as caliber of superstar. And it's like, when is he going to be considered an Okada or a Golden Star or a Naito or something like that? I mean, what does he have to do to get there? And then I think, well, does he need to drop this belt and then go on and start proving himself? Because if you look at his record 2019, ain't too many people in New Japan had a better record than Shingo. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. He doesn't lose a lot. He doesn't. Whether it's tag team, triple, or singles competitor, he doesn't lose a lot. So I want him to elevate his game. Does he need to drop this belt in order to get there? I don't know. But just for tonight, Shingo, he's going over. I don't think Goto's going to get it done.
You think this is it for Goto for now, huh? All right. So we're all unanimous there. And that ends night one. What's going to be interesting is based on these results, we're going to see who really goes into a different mindset into the following night. Because, again, almost everybody here is going to be involved next now. We're going to have new champions. We're going to have banged up competitors. But are we going to have people that can't compete, per se, due to something like Kota Ibushi, who couldn't face Chase Owens due to influenza, and I guess Carl Fredericks got hurt during the tour, too, so he's now on the rest of the U.S. tour. Because right now, New Japan Pro Wrestling is on the U.S. tour.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I wish I had the money. But college, I don't know. Anyway, I wonder if Chase Owens is going to face Kota Ibushi also, but talk more about that later. All right, so let's go ahead and go into Sunday morning, aka night 2 of the Sapporo tour, before we figure out what could be leading up to Osaka. We got, of course, 8 more matches, but we also got, again, one-of-a-kind special matches and some championship matches. Let's go through this. I think this is going to be pretty easy, pretty quick. We got first match, 15-minute time limit, Toa Henare, Yota Tsuji. I still think I'm butchering that name. Again, I feel like Toa, it's time for him to break out, get some wins, prove what you deserve to be once again in the New Japan Cup, which, of course, is coming up in March. I'm just going with Toa. Simple as that. Mark, what about you?
Same here.
And Cindy as well. Chris?
Same.
Yeah, pretty same. All right, 3-on-3, 20-minute time limit, 6-man tag. Yuya Uemura, Tomoaki Honma, Togi Makabe versus Tiger Mask, the retiring Manabu Nakanishi, and Hiroshi Tenzin. This one I'm not sure. I got mixed feelings about it, but I think just because I feel like he should have like one win during his retirement tour, per se, I'm going to go with Manabu's team. I'm going to go with Team Tiger Mask. Chris, what about you?
I'm going with Yumiro team.
Oh, all righty. He's going the opposite. We're going with Honma, Makabe, and Uemura. I mean, Makabe is a pretty tough bastard, so I don't blame you. Mark, what about you?
I'm going Uemura's team as well. So me and Holiday picked the same one on this one.
Okay, and me and Cindy picked the same one, so we're split on this one. It'll be interesting to see what everyone else says. All right, moving on.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. I don't know how much y'all know about this guy, but I know a little bit about these two from watching Defiant Wrestling. That was a fun promotion. Special 20-minute singles match. ELP versus Gabriel Kidd. Gabriel Kidd, a well-known British wrestler, and ELP, one of the best British wrestlers ever. With that being said, ELP, it's only going to take a crotch punch, I think, for him to win this match, which has been a go-to for him. I'm going with ELP. Cindy also went with ELP. Mark, who do you got?
Going Phantasmo.
Chris, what about you?
ELP.
Yeah, ELP had a tremendous... He hasn't even been in New Japan Pro Wrestling for one full year yet. And look at what he's done so far.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if he breaks out this year as a singles competitor after having a Match of the Year candidate with Will Ospreay last year at King of Pro Wrestling. And again, he's pulling out previous Bullet Club leader moves like a Styles Clash. Just saying. All right. With that being said, now we're going to pick things up. And I bet y'all are going to figure about this too, considering what might have happened previous night. 3-on-3, 6-man tag, 30-minute time limit. Robbie Eagles, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, Team Chaos versus LIJ, Bushi, Evo, and Shingo Takagi, these 6-men never overweight champions. So what could happen here could possibly lead to a title opportunity for Team Chaos, but it could also lead to a bunch of other things as well. There's a lot of factors that could play here. But with that being said, you have champions and you have chaos. And based on my results from the previous night, the only one I saw going over is Ishii. So I'm just going to say the champs here go over chaos. I'm going to go with LIJ. Chris, what about you?
Who's in the match?
Bushi, Evil, Shigetsu Kage. I just said that.
I know. So if Evil's in there, you know who I'm picking.
Oh,
It's
right.
Evil.
Are you ever going to bet against Evil? I'm going to try and force
Yes,
you to do
I
that.
did I did the last predictions. I went against Evil. If you remember, because I said I love Evil, but there's no way he's winning that match, and I did go against Evil. I've done it a couple times.
All right. I'll give you that. Mark, who do you got? We unanimous here.
I just recently, I think that this trio, I think they had a match every night during Fantastica Mania. I know I watched at least two of them. They went, of course, against Dulce Cardania and actually Tanahashi a couple times. And so, but let me tell you, they have some great chemistry. And yeah, I think Bushi, Evil, and Shingo Takagi, I think they go over here.
Yeah, and we all know how heavily LIJ is involved in Fantastica Mania, and of course the Ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Again, people, if you are a fan of Lucha Libre wrestling, you want to see it at its roots, go watch the Fantastica Mania tour, at least one show, and then you're just going to watch the rest of the tour. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. There was a tournament for the whole thing too. Great stuff. It would not surprise me if I see some of those competitors in Best of Super Juniors again, and tag leagues going forward. Because keep in mind, last year's Best Super Juniors, it had like a couple. Anyway.
Hopefully the Chavez brothers.
Yeah. All right. Well, this should be interesting. Here we go again. And we got the two people at the forefront. Oh, jeez. 8-man tag. I can't even say chaos. It's this team. Rizuki Taguchi, Roppongi 3K, and their tag partner, John Moxley, versus Suzuki-gun, Dukai, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, El Desperado, and of course, Minoru Suzuki. Okay, I'm just going to say it right now. Minoru Suzuki, John Moxley, bye-bye. They're going to kill each other. So we're down to 6 people. So do I see Suzuki-gun getting more momentum going towards a potential Super Junior tag team title match at the anniversary show? And do I see possibly history repeating? And I'm just going to say, yes, I do. I'm going with Team Suzuki-gun on this. Simple as that. Mark, who do you got?
This is another one. This was actually one of the harder ones to predict because of the storylines and who you think went over the previous night and this and that. Yeah. This is the one that I went back and forth on. But you know what? When it gets to situations like this, how can you bet against Moxley? I mean, and I know, like you said, he's probably going to end up in the crowd and it's going to be 3-on-3. But still, I love Roppongi 3K, and Taguchi, if they do lose, will probably be the one to take the fall, I believe. But either way, I'm going with Moxley, Shoinyo, and Taguchi.
Okay. Well, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me because, again, there was one key factor I was thinking here. When was the last time Dukai ever got a victory? Anyway, with that being said, Cindy also said chaos, so I'm happy the all went out, but hey, I'm switching it up. Chris, who do you got?
I'm actually going to agree with you, no?
Oh, okay.
Because I think with Moxley and Suzuki going around brawling everywhere, because I see both these nights, they're going to be brawling, trying to kill each other everywhere, somehow by shenanigans. Like I said, I mean, it's going to come up to that. So I actually agree with your pick. I think we're going to have something different here.
All right, let's go into our next and last special tag match of the Sapporo Tour. 3-on-3, it's LIJ versus Bullet Club. Hiromu Takahashi, Sanada, and Tetsuya Naito, 2 champions, I might add, on that team, versus Taiji Shimori, Jay White, and the man that's going to get booed out of the building, Kenta. So we obviously know the story here because, again, in Osaka, it's going to be Hiromu Takahashi versus the Elite. But he is not involved in this match at all. We also got Sanada versus Jay White. And then, of course, at the forefront, you have Naito and Kenta. Taiji's the odd one out here, but if he picks up a win here, he could possibly put his name back in contention to go after the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which of course he previously held till he lost it at G1 Supercard last year, which we know is not happening this year, but something else might, according to what I've been reading from Ring of Honor. With that being said, I went with Bullet Club the previous night, but this is now 3-on-3. And I feel like right now you just gotta have I feel like back and forth momentum. And I'm still wondering what's going on deeper between Kenta and JY because I sense something big's gonna happen during this tour out of Bullet Club or later this year. With that being said, crap, I am actually gonna go with because I also want Sonata to get some momentum too. And Sonata and JY is gonna be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Sonata actually picking up the win for his team over Taiji Mori via the Cold Skull. I'm going with LIJ. And Cindy did as well. Chris, who do you got?
Same. I'm going with Sonata to pick up a win here. Like I said, you can't have Bullet Club win both nights, so I had Bullet Club winning night 1 and Bullet Club losing here on night 2. And that way, because like I said, you're right on this. Eventually, down the road, sometime this year, Kenta and JY are going to end up beating the crap out of each other. There's going to be some dissension. Something is going to happen. That's why I'm saying, storytelling-wise, I just have a feeling Kenta's first challenger to Naito. Like I said, he's the hot hand, but you got Jay White that's right behind him, ready for that chance to get both those titles. It's going to play itself out.
I just wonder if Gato's going to be the one to trigger it. Because you know Gato, he's got all the cards here. He's personally the deal maker. With that being said, Mark, are we unanimous here, or are you going with Bullet Club again?
All my picks from night 1, I picked Takahashi, Sonata, and Naito all not to go over. With that being said, it does seem like everybody's predicting that it could be possibly 50-50 booking. And not saying they do that a lot, but either way, I'm going with Takahashi, Sonata, and Naito to ultimately go over here. I hope that we don't have these reversed and everybody that we think is going to go over one night obviously ends up going the opposite night. Then we'd all be for whatever. But one quick thing I want a question for Noah is what's going on with Sonata here, because it's like he was getting pushed for so long, and now, like you said, he does need the momentum because like he lost his Zack Sabre Jr., which I was kind of disappointed with. I know you guys like Zack, but I picked Sonata that night, and
I did too.
I think he took the pin. I think the New Year's Dash. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, he definitely needs the momentum here, man. I don't know what's going on, if he lost his push or what it is, but either way, I think he'll get his win here, though.
I feel like Sonata broke out last year, so they weren't necessarily going to put him over. And then the British Heavyweight Championship was just a coincidence, I feel like. Because sometimes you do get those surprise roll-ups, hence the reason why he got the title match in the first place. But again, there is no one more technically sound right now in New Japan Pro Wrestling than Zack Sabre Jr. Simple as that. With that being said, we also do have the New Japan Cup coming up. And I feel like that's when he's going to finally get his first real breakout moment, not just a victory over someone big. I'm just going to say right now, I think Sonata wins the whole thing. So with that being said, yeah, we're all on LIJ here, but I'm very curious to see what will happen come Osaka. And of course, this will be a good way, psychology-wise, to think about, does this make me feel any less or more about who I think is going to win those matches? Well, with that being said, we already got the specials out of the way that are building to Osaka. Let's talk about what's pretty much closing Sapporo, because we have a special singles match and a championship match. Speaking of which, the British Heavyweight Championship. You talk about two people that are so dynamically different, yet they both are British wrestling at the heart. This could go either way. And this could be, again, a huge match of the year candidate, I feel like. Because you got speed and you got technical. Will Ospreay is like in every wrestler. He's not just one form. Zack Sabre Jr., he's battled all forms. But again, he ties you up, it's over. It's Will Ospreay challenging Zack Sabre Jr. for the British Heavyweight Championship. Will Ospreay coming off, of course, the loss of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship against Ruma Takahashi in a match of the year candidate and one of my top 3 matches of Wrestle Kingdom as a whole versus, again, the guy that beat Sonata in an incredible back-and-forth technical match. He got him with the Okada Road European Clutch. Could that happen here? I don't know. These two previously faced each other one-on-one in the G1, and Zack Sabre Jr. beat him there as well. So with that being said, can anybody dethrone Zack Sabre Jr. of this British Heavyweight Championship that he holds dearly more than anything else, it seems, in life? And Will Ospreay's just coming off a freaking title loss, too. Can Will Ospreay... Does Will Ospreay even need the... Fickle! This was literally one of the 3 matches I was the most fickle about. So I'm just not even going to just stammer here. I'm going to let you all talk about your thoughts, and I'm just going to say it out loud and out now. And I hope Tucker comes back soon. I'm going with Zack Sabre Jr. retains some way, somehow, even though Ospreay is 10 times faster than him. And Cindy went opposite of me. She said Will Ospreay. So you guys have no favoritism between us. It's 1-1. So good luck. With that being said, Mark, who do you got?
Do you remember that Wrestle Kingdom press conference when he just outlashed on the New Japan media and about how much he's done for everybody and this and that? I would not want to be in the room when they had to tell Will Ospreay that he was going to have to let Zack Sabre Jr. go over, especially after he just took another pin from Takahashi. And after he done all that in 2019, they're going to repay him by this? I don't think so. I think they're going to, if anything, reward the man, and Zack Sabre Jr. is going to throw a fit. But Will Ospreay will be the new champion, and he's going to be hot. Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be hot, I'll tell you.
Probably the hottest he's ever been, right? He's not going to break the ref's arm. He's going to break everything in sight. It would be interesting to see Zack Sabre Jr. react to the fact he has lost the British Heavyweight Championship to another British wrestler. But with that being said, I like that idea of a moment, but I cannot go against Zack Sabre Jr. when it comes to British Heavyweight Championship in the same sentence. But I admire that. I admire that. Again, this was one of the toughest matches to think about. And I'm just looking at Chris here, just staring, his hands. He's been thinking and turning. I can't wait to hear his thoughts on this. Chris, who do you got?
Toughest match I had to think about. I sat here, actually, I looked at this a couple days ago and was thinking about this one match here. You got the history here. Will Ospreay, his journey. He's trying to show everybody he's better than the Junior Heavyweight Championship. He went to the G1 to prove a point. He didn't do as good as we thought. Originally, me and you both thought Will Ospreay would win the G1. We didn't get that way. No. However, he had this incredible match with Zack Sabre Jr. at the G1. That was one of my top 3 favorite matches I saw that whole G1. Zack Sabre Jr. beat him. They've been going back and forth, 2 different paths. Zack Sabre Jr. has lost the British Heavyweight title to the ace of New Japan and quickly won it back again. When he lost it in London and he regained it in Tamahashi won it in London and then Zack Sabre Jr. regained it back in Japan. Yep. So therefore, he's already won and lost this relatively quickly and been able to regain it back quickly. With that being said, this feud is going to be seen to be interesting. I see more of them to come. I got to go Will Ospreay to get this win. He may be able to reverse Zack Sabre Jr.'s submission to get the quick pin, something fluky like that, to set up a third and final matchup between the two, because that would put him at 1-1. That would be great storytelling. You know, he gets his revenge, released from the G1, pinning Zack Sabre Jr., and then they could go on to the next event, and they can have the rubber match, with this time with the British Heavyweight title on the line, and Zack Sabre Jr. could beat him again. You got to do something different with Will Ospreay. If you want him to be a heavyweight again, you want him to have a heavyweight shot at the heavyweight title, at least put the British Heavyweight title, and let's see how he does with the British Heavyweight title first, because maybe years down the road you do put the IWGP Heavyweight Championship on him, but let's do a test. Let's see how he does. So that's what I'm saying, Will Ospreay.
All right, I am literally the odd one out. I am Suzuki-gun biased, but I understand all y'all's logic. It makes sense. But again, Will Ospreay, he said he moved to Japan. He's living in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He did everything for New Japan Pro Wrestling last year, pretty much. He still didn't win Tokyo Sports MVP of the Year or Match of the Year. Okada picked both again. And not to mention, he did lose the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. And he wants to elevate the Junior Heavyweights to the main event. Now, necessarily, this title, I don't think it elevates Junior Heavyweights. It elevates technical wrestling, which is cool in itself. So I do get your idea. But right now, I just feel like Zack Sabre Jr. and this belt are unbreakable. So we'll see what happens. All right. Now, for those that follow New Japan Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel, you saw the free match from the day was literally Taiji's match from Sapporo last year against Tetsuya Naito. We all saw how it kicked off. We all saw how it finally came to play. We all saw the outcome. Taiji's at again in the same spot. But we know Tenshin's retired, but he has his glove. It is the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada versus Taiji. Special singles match, 60 minutes long. So the bottom line here is the first step towards Okada. Once again, ascending towards the top, going after Naito and possibly challenging him at, I don't know, April event where he won the title off Jay White, or some point later down the line. Heck, maybe an anniversary show might even do that. Or does Taiji pick up the biggest win of his career over Okada by hook or by crook? With that being said, Cindy said Okada. Chris, who do you got?
I'm gonna go bold. I'm gonna say Taiji gets the upset win here. I think if you're doing day one, Okada gets the pin on Taiji, he has more reason to be more motivated. I say this match goes almost to the 60-minute time limit draw, and then Taiji gets the upset using that claw, gets the upset win over Okada with almost less than a minute left before the match ends. I think it's going to go almost the whole 60 minutes.
First off, damn, bold. Secondly, Okada hasn't had a match go even near 60 minutes, 50 minutes, not even over 50 minutes, since Kenny Omega. But again, Taiji's one of those that can slow the pace, shenanigans and all, and can kick your head off. But Okada survived another hard-hitting kicker with his own fluke state in the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it is very improbable. But with that being said, I'm the champ. I'm going to go last. Even though this isn't Osaka, this is still 2 of the 3 nights that I can defend my title. I could be in a big hole here. So, Mark, give me your thoughts. Who do you got here?
I'm going with Okada. I think this is probably the easiest one to pick between both nights, to be honest with you. I don't think there's no way Taichi goes over here, not even in a roll-up, quick pin fashion. I don't think it's going to happen. But one thing to marinate on a little bit, and I don't think anybody's going to agree with me, but even though Okada will win here, I think that this is going to be a start of a long story of him ultimately turning heel. That's what I think. I think his character is awesome, and he is arguably the best wrestler in the world. And I know people won't agree with this and think it might be a bad business move, but I think that whether or not he starts revealing this character after the win, or if it's going to be later on in the year, but I think Okada will ultimately turn heel, but he will get the pinfall here against Tachi.
You bring up a very interesting point because Okada is one guy that I never know if he's heel or face. Look at the story he showed at Wrestle Kingdom against Kota Ibushi, per se. He is a god, per se, with that entrance, new rope. That was a freaking awesome entrance, by the way. And basically, he came in wanting the most from Kota Ibushi. He's like, that all you got? Give me more, prove me why you belong here. And yeah, Cody brought it. But then he became the champion, getting the better of him and DDTing him. And then he pushed his buttons, per se, very heelish, to the point Kota went into that state and nearly got DQ'd, almost knocking out Okada with heavy punches. That was very disturbing. And Okada was fearful, per se, and seemed vulnerable. Again, he got momentum towards it as the match continued, but still, you weren't sure about it. And then people were getting behind Okada. Okada's one of those that can make the crowd go into his favor or against him just on being himself. So whether he's heel or face or turn heel or face, Dark Rainmaker, that sounds pretty awesome, but I just don't know. That's very optimistic. But with that being said, you guys know how much I want to see Taiji pushed. As he was like one of the 4 dark sheep, but the darkest of them all during the dark days of freaking New Japan Pro Wrestling. In New Japan Pro Wrestling, okay? He wasn't originally there. And of course, he's been in the likes of feuds with Ishii, Naito. I could go on and on. Last year, he faced Naito, and he ended up getting a microphone to the head at one point, and he still lost again. And then he tried to egg on Naito. I can do this. I can do this. You can't do this. Naito got the better of him. He faced Tomohiro Ishii, and Ishii tried to bring out the best of him as a wrestler, and succeeded on numerous occasions. And to be fair, he has beaten Tomohiro Ishii, even for the never openweight title. But I know, can I literally say Taiji beats the freaking Rainmaker? Because that glove. He's barely used that glove. He's only used, 3 times, I think. Maybe twice. And I feel like that right there could be the difference maker. And I want to see, and I think it's also in his hometown, and I want to see a major shock, a major moment. Something's got to give during the new beginning. So, fuck it. I'm not New Japan Pro Wrestling or bold for a reason. Chris, I agree with you. I am going with Taiji.
Now I can say I have that on recording. You agree with me on a match after I break it.
Look, I got to see something different happen.
The opposite the whole time.
Okada has done everything.
Guys, I think this match could ultimately determine winner or loser or first place and second place. It could come down to this match because a lot of our picks tend to be the same, and if we split on the other ones, it could come down to this. It could come down to Okada and Tachi. So we'll find out.
Exactly, and we got Osaka too. Again, these scores will be combined for the entire beginning tour. So whoever has the most over the 3-day period will be the winner. So good luck to you two and the rest of the team. And with that being said, I just want to offer one more thing here. He's carrying the freaking Olympic torch. How much more does Okada need to do or need to prove? We know he's pro wrestling and wants to make pro wrestling the forefront of the world. And I love that thought. But something has to give if you want to make pro wrestling the forefront. You got to put over people too. Why not Taiji? Even if it's one night. It's just a specials match. It's not even for a title. So that's why. But with that being said, we are done here for now. We will reconvene after the weekend's over next week, Monday night, if applicable, where I will do a simple take, if I haven't already, over both nights. And we will, of course, predict Osaka. That is being headlined at least by Hiromu Takahashi versus Ryu Lee. And, of course, Tetsuya Naito versus Kenta, cold all or nothing. But with that being said, we are done here for now. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in and listening to us banter, babble, and, of course, talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, the king of sports streaming, not sports entertainment. But I digress. With that being said, Mark, it was a pleasure, sir. Anything you want to plug, and where can people find you?
You can follow me on my YouTube channel, Mark's Reviews, on Facebook, Mark Griffith, Ashley Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds. Of course, you can watch NWA Power Review that I co-host with The Holiday, and we also have a show out called The Hot Seat. First episode was Tessa Blanchard, second episode was Paige. We just filmed 2 episodes that I haven't put up yet. It'll be up in the next few days. One on Liv Morgan, and that was with The Holiday, and the second episode was recorded with our own James Hebert and also The Holiday, and that was on Edge. So we got a lot of content coming up, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And Noah, thank you for having me on. I know we're going to enjoy New Japan Pro Wrestling. I can't wait to get up at my time, Eastern time, for something in the morning. It's an experience, and it's an experience in its own, and I love it. So with that being said, thank you for having me on.
Anytime, sure, pleasure. And Chris, I think people know enough about the two of us, but you know me, I'm always going to ask you because, hey, who knows, we might get some new people. And that's all I'm about, expanding the wrestling community and people's eyes to wrestling in all its forms. With that being said, Chris, anything you want to plug and where can people find you?
Like I said, it's a great time and actually can do a video at the same time with my being the co-host for No Simple Man here for 205 Live Matters, and then having my co-host for NWA Power Views both on the same video at the same time. So that's different. So with that being said, folks, you can follow me on my YouTube channel, The Holiday Christopher Mace. I'm very humbled, honored. I have 327 subscribers. I appreciate it. Very humbled, honored by that. I'm always going to say that. I always try to respond to everybody's comments. I always show appreciation after a week, thanking everybody who's watched the video, stuff like that. I always try to show that little appreciation towards everybody who takes time out there to watch the videos, whether you like them, dislike them, or leave comments. Hey, it's all good. Like I said, I'll interact with anybody. You can follow me on Facebook at Christopher Mace, Twitter at Christopher Mace, Instagram at Christopher Mace. You can check out every member of the newest episodes of NXT members. You can check it out on my wrestling content list on my YouTube channel and sportnodq.com. And I know this coming weekend, we got a busy weekend. Me and Simple Man Noah Foster will be doing a double edition of 205 Live Matter. So stay tuned for that. We got a lot to talk about coming up with that episode, that's for sure.
Yeah, and a lot in general this week for me in wrestling as well. And to make it easy for you, Mark, February 1st, it's 4 a.m. for Hiroki Goto, Shigeru Takagi headlining that show. February 2nd is 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That features, of course, Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay versus and Okada versus Taiji. So I hope that helps with the time.
And no, one thing I didn't throw in because it wasn't wrestling terms, but I know everybody would probably have a quick opinion, but I at least want to throw that out. I just want to say R.I.P. Kobe too. I know it's not wrestling, man, but I was extremely impacted. I know a lot of other people were impacted on his death, so I just at least wanted to throw that in there, quick little shout out. So
I completely agree. Again, you truly do not value or realize how vulnerable life can be of you or others until you see it happen to somebody that you realize the impact it had, not only on you, but the world itself. I said on Twitter, you don't have to be a sports fan. You don't have to be a Lakers fan. Hell, you don't even have to be a basketball fan. But damn it, you hear that name, you realize the impact of this occurrence. And that's all I have to say about that. Simple as that. Prayers with everybody. With that being said, gentlemen,
family.
Yeah, with that being said, I think this is like the first time we did this sort of triple threat panel. Let's definitely do this again sometime. It's a pleasure, gentlemen. And if you want to know more about me, people out there in the world galore know this. I'm just a simple man. And if you haven't figured out by now, I am a lifelong fan of wrestling. You're
Are
welcome.
you sure it's not waffles?
I mean, I like waffles, but I can't have them every day, unfortunately. Then again, that probably would be overkill. But I digress. Anyway, if you want to talk to me about anything wrestling, the Five Brands WWE, sports entertainment, and the great wrestling brands NXT, NXT UK, and of course 205 Live, and also NWA, Ring of Honor, Stardom, Pro Wrestling Noah, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling, and of course Independent Wrestling in general, Sport Pro Wrestling, folks. Look me up on Twitter, nodq.com/Noah Chase, my Twitter page, or follow me on Instagram. I'll give you a nice hello, show you some nice food stuff, give you some nice quotes of the day, moments in wrestling, and all sorts of other fun stuff. At mfoster1916 on Instagram, or of course, just follow the simple YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/NoFoster210, new content every week. At the Harvard hashtag 205 Matters, we'll be doing a double feature where we talk about Worlds Collide. Last week's episode 205 Live, this is episode 205 Live, and who knows what's going to happen this week on NXT and NXT UK. So that's going to be great fun. It's me and the Holiday will be doing that at some point this weekend. We'll see how time lets up. And again, I'll be back with simple takes on both nights. I might do like literally back-to-back during the weekend. We might just do a double feature on Saporro next week Monday night, but we'll also be back next week Monday night with predictions on Osaka. Also, though, this week, special one-time content. I will be doing a review of AEW Dark tomorrow night, as well as giving my thoughts and a preview to this year's AEW Dynamite because I'm going to see it live. My first live AEW Dynamite experience. I am super excited. I also might be joining our good friend Gary on his Facebook group for a live review this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And, of course, if you haven't figured out by now, as Chris alluded to, support NoDQ, the reason I'm in YouTube, from and to the NoDQ family. Buy a shirt, buy a tapestry, buy a mug, buy something, support my friends. Hey, go to their other stores. Just do it. NoDQ.com/merch takes you to the main store. And your opinions matter. Go follow me on your social media. There's a comment section and everything on the official website. Polls, columns, memes, gifts, reviews, recaps, sexy female pics. You name it, it's there. Primarily W, a little bit of AEW, and independent wrestling. If you haven't already, please join the NoDQ Galaxy Predictions League that I now host and score, where everybody's opinions matter and everybody plays. Who knows, you might be a winner like Charlene Drinkard. Congrats to her. She won Royal Rumble weekend. We'll be picking that up again during NXT TakeOver Portland and Country Redacted. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. And whatever pay-per-view is on in February, I think Elimination Chamber. And also, as I like to close, support your wrestling outlets big and small. Let's keep growing this incredible, diverse, unique, elite wrestling community together. Simple as that. With that being said, support wrestling, support my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Did you enjoy what you heard tonight? Are you a fan of Japan Pro Wrestling? Are you excited for anything? What do you see happening during Sapporo or New Beginning in general? Please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you ever want to join in Simplin Predicting Wrestling, where it's literally just a simple chat and predictions on wrestling, please reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter. I would love to have you. I would love to expand the wrestling community. So until next time, for the Holiday Chris Mace, for Mr. Reviews, Mark Griff, the NWA Duo here, and please stay tuned, of course, for this week's review of NWA Power, the aftermath of NWA High Times. Take care, enjoy life. Tomorrow's never guaranteed, especially as yesterday showed us.
Yes.
And as always, I hope everybody out there, wrestling fan, non-wrestling fan alike, until next time, I'm just the Superman Noah Foster, wishing you all a good night.
Have a good night, y'all.
And good luck to everybody out there, of course, in Team Indie DQ. Mark, Chris. We got 3 Chris's. That's kind of ironic, don't you think?
Yeah.
James, Cindy, Eve Naito, Nosotros, Team Indie DQ. Simple as that. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.